Let's go. All right, we got BBH. Oh, wait. All right, it looks like Luke is going to be. Looks like BBH is going to be the quarterback for Miami. Same as usual. And it will be an 8v8 from the looks of it. So we will see what happens from here. And it's going to be to IG Quantuan for a 6-yard gain. I mean, so far, Miami took a pretty tough loss to New England, but let's see if they can get that momentum back against New Orleans, who is a bit of an easier team to beat. But New Orleans isn't exactly a terrible team either. But let's see. All right, it's going to be an FWKB, and it's going to be good for about 13 yards. I mean, probably 14 from the looks of it. But either way, it'll be a 2nd and 1. And here we go. We got Luke going to be trying to find the streak. It's going to be intercepted by Warstar. Warstar able to read the streak completely. And Luke gets completely baited. And there you go. That's a start for New Orleans defensive, at least defensively, if you've ever seen it. But can their offense fire something just as good back? I mean, we'll see. We shall see. But it looks like Will is going to be the quarterback for the Saints still. Or for New Orleans, I mean. So far things have been looking. I could see. This New Orleans team definitely has a lot of upside, though. They have a very high ceiling, and I think they could potentially be a formidable team, but they do need to focus on execution, if anything. And it's going to be a full to Warstar. And now here we go, Will. Oh, sorry. And now Will. He's going to try to fire the streak down deep, but no, going to be incomplete. That's the execution I'm talking about. That's going to be the execution every time. And either way, artificial drag, going to get the LS and easily going to dive for the first down. Oh, and there we go. We got Will. Gonna try to fire another streak, but unfortunately, he just can't seem to execute those. But we shall see what will happen next. Looks like he's gonna try to fire another streak. Just gonna be overthrown again. It isn't as overthrown as it was last time, so I think he's starting to get the streaks a little bit better. But again, they need to make this a 3rd and manageable, if anything, if they want to keep their drive alive. Will does have an open lane, so we can run it if he wishes to, but he's not. He's gonna find 2 wide open people down the middle. Sorry, and Chucky gonna get the touchdown right there. Really good blocks there. I'm not even going to lie. And Chucky going to open up with the first touchdown of the game. Like I said, New Orleans is a very, very formidable team on their own that can give any team pause. They're definitely a team you do not want to underestimate this season. Or take lightly. If you do, they will make you pay. But either way, Leluc hoping to recover from a tragic interception here. And he's going to try to find the full to CFJ. Going to get only about 7 yards, though. Very good defense from New Orleans so far. But can Miami crack or find any cracks here? I mean, so far, things have been looking just a little bit modest. And BBH Leluc going to throw it over. I don't think that's grounding. Now, DPT Grim is going to get the streak. But either way, BBH Leluc rolling right here, seeing if he can find anything. Gonna try to find another streak. Gonna give it to Envy. I mean, that was a very huge catch there. That definitely could have been an interception from New Orleans, but thankfully Envy able to pull it in. And so far, hopefully Miami can score here. They're looking pretty good right now. But can they get the nailing blow? Yes, they can. DPT Grim going to get the pass on the walk, and that will be a touchdown for Miami to answer right back. Here we go, artificial drag. But either way, Will gonna try and fire. Oh no, it's gonna be intercepted. Was looking for the streak, or looking for the fold there, but unfortunately there was a Miami defender first. And Keep Hunt is going to get the interception there. Sorry about that, I was typing something, but either way, BBH Leluc hoping to find what he's looking for here on the streak, but unfortunately just couldn't find it. It looked more like a fold, actually, but either way, it's going to be a forced field goal for New Orleans. That is a huge win for them. And it looks like the kick will be good. So Miami is able to at least leave something on the board. Very good move for them. But either way, Artificial Drag is going to look to return this if he can. Not going to get super far with it, but will get around the 30-yard line. Certainly ideal in these situations. And now Will up. It looked to be a streak on the left outside, but was apparently a miscommunication. It looks like it'll be a walk to Chucky for 12 yards. 13, actually. And now Will going to be looking around, searching for something here. Is going to find Artificial Drag on the check down, and he is going to end up finding the first. A very good play there from Will. But either way, Will is unfortunately going to be backed up. Looks like he's going to try to find the streak, and he is going to find it with Kane, but he gets hit in a fumble. Oh my goodness, that was very unlucky from New Orleans. That could have been a very huge catch there, but the hit stick ended up causing the fumble, and IG Quantuan is going to be the one to recover it. But here's the problem, though. Miami isn't exactly in very good field position. But thankfully, DPT Grim is able to at least make the space a little bit easier to walk through. It's going to make it a bit manageable. And now Leluc gonna just take it and run himself. Unfortunately, the defensive ends of New Orleans were not able to expect it. But either way, BBH Leluc going to be rolling on the outside. Doesn't really have a lot of options. And FWKB is going to get popped out of bounds before he can reel it in. And that's going to be incomplete. And now we got a 2nd and 15 here. And it's going to be an LS to keep Hunt. And it looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 7. And this could be potentially the final play of the first quarter. And he's going to get sacked. That's a very bad sack you want to take there if you're Miami. And just like that, they are forced to punt. A very good defensive drive from New Orleans once again. Again, New Orleans just not making this easy for Miami whatsoever. And Kame is going to just put it at around the 35-yard line. So far, this has just been a perfect. This has been near ideal defensively for New Orleans right now. Does New Orleans have 6? Oh, there they are. Okay, they're good. I was wondering where everyone was. Okay, they're back. They're good. I guess they needed to rejoin for something. But either way, though, offensively, they've just not been executing very well. I mean, 2 missed passes from a walk-in and LS, respectively. But here we go. Let's see it. Oh, unfortunately, just going to be incomplete. And that's going to be an immediate 3 and out. I mean, that's just terrible execution, if anything, from this New Orleans offense. I mean, so far, Leluc has been playing pretty decent at quarterback. And FWKB is going to get the catch on the streak there. I mean, so far, this has looked really good. So far into this game for Miami. And here we go. Leluc gonna try to find the streak there, but unfortunately, it was only met by Chucky, and that's going to be another interception from New Orleans. I mean, so far, New Orleans has been looking like a defensive menace for Miami. Miami has just been having a difficult time trying to break through them. And for good reason. But either way, Will going to give it to artificial drag. And there we go. Artificial drag gonna get the first down there with a couple of moves. And now Will is just trying to find any groove from this offense. And oh my goodness, he down the field is completely wide open to Chucky. And that is a touchdown for New Orleans, taking the lead. That is not exactly what you want if you're on Miami. That is the last thing you want to have wide open. And either way, that will be Chucky's second touchdown of the game. I can't believe it. A name that's easy to pronounce. It's awesome. Now Keep Hunt is going to take it in for a touchback, and now Miami is going to try to look for an answer here. So far, this has been relatively back and forth between both teams. But let's see if Leluc can find something here, and it's going to be a CFJ. And it's going to get it around the 45-yard line. And now, I mean, so far this has been looking pretty okay for Leluc so far, but they're going to need a lot more than just a couple of catches to be able to get a touchdown. I mean, moving the ball hasn't really been their major issue. It's mostly just been trying to score. But, oh, sorry. I was just stretching. But BBH is going to find a fold wide open down the middle to Envy. And with the help of some blocks, is able to get at least a little bit of room before going down at around the 14-yard line. And oh, it's going to give it to LWKB there on the outside, but just a tad bit short. And now, for a second and goal, gonna try to find the streak, but unfortunately just a tad bit overthrown there as well. But we got BBH Leluc at the moment here, looking to see what they can find. And he's going to try to find the outside. No, not going to get it, but they will resort to a field goal to hopefully tie this game. So far, this seems to be a very defensive game for both teams, and the kick will be good. And just like that, the game has tied up. So it looks like this game could go either way. But right now, I think the Saints definitely have the advantage with the ball so far. And now Will going to be trying to find the right fold here. Unfortunately, the quarterback just slightly overthrew it. And it's going to be to Will on the left fold to Kame. I mean, so far, this has been very good for both teams here. And now Will going to try to take a shot down the field. And it's going to be caught by Grant Griffin. Oh my goodness, that was a heck of a play there from Grant Griffin. That ball could have went either way, if I'm being honest with myself. But thankfully for New Orleans, it ended up going in their favor. And that will put New Orleans back in the lead, just like that, but the kick will be blocked. So if Miami does answer back, they will have an opportunity to take the lead. Let's see, BBH. All right, Luke, let's see if he has anything here. And it's going to be the FWKB, going to be the one with 10 yards. With BBH, Luke. Going to give it around the left fold. Now Envy going to get it on the right fold there. Unfortunately going to get tackled with a bit of time. But now here we go. Miami with ample opportunity to score here. Anything can happen, and now New Orleans pretty much at the mercy of what Miami wants to do, and they're going to take it off and run up the middle, and Luke going to get the touchdown himself. And there you go, just like that, this game is tied up. And now both teams appear to be cooking with gas here. This has been a really good game for both teams, and Miami does get the extra point to take the lead. So now Miami has the advantage here. One stop from Miami can give them the lead more than capably. So that does put a lot of pressure on New Orleans here with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. And looks like he's going to try to find another streak to Chucky. Unfortunately, it was popped, and thankfully so, because that looked to have been an interception from Miami without it. And now Will going to be on a 2nd and 15. He's going to be running for his life a little bit, but is going to find artificial drag. And he's going to give it to, and he's going to get 13 yards out of it from that check down. I mean, so far, things have been looking pretty okay for them. And it looks like it's going to be to African? Okay. So it's going to be to African, if I said that name right. But here we go. Will going to find the right fold to Chucky. Or in between the right hash and the numbers. And Will going to find the streak to African once again on the left side. But either way, now New Orleans is in prime position to score here, or at the very least take the lead. The one thing they definitely want to do is not turn the ball over. Unfortunately, a misfired LS is definitely going to not help with that. But here we go, Will gonna unfortunately misfire another LS, and now New Orleans has a decision, and it looks like they're gonna go for it. 2 misfired LSs have just been costing them 2 downs. And now Will gonna try to fire the streak to Chucky, and he's gonna find it. And just like that, New Orleans is back in the lead. And now the pressure is on Miami to score right back before the second half. I mean, so far, this has been a very good performance. Hello, Omni Strider. Hello, I didn't see the chat there. But either way, things have been looking really bright for both teams so far. Definitely a back and forth game. And now we got kickoff. Here we go with 24 seconds left. Can Miami get the job done? If Miami can at least get something on the board, that would be a very big plus for them. But let's see if they can get it, and it will be a full to def WKB. Although keep in mind of the clock though, it is 16 seconds. That is not very much time for Miami to work with. especially if they want to be as methodical as they can. It looks like they're going to try to find a streak to FWKB again. Will they call a timeout here? I don't think they can. Okay, Leluc is going to call a timeout with 5 seconds left. That is a lot of room for maybe about 2 plays. If they want to. But it looks like New Orleans is going to play very much in their face, not preventing any VC play cheese from happening. Oh, and speaking of which, was nearly going to be an LS pass to DPT Grimm. But unfortunately, just a tad bit misplaced. But either way, DPT Grimm is going to get the touchdown. Miami just completely baiting the jump pass. Was completely baiting the LS jump or the jump pass. New Orleans thought it would come earlier than anticipated, and just like that, Miami able to punish them cleanly. And just like that, and this could prevent New Orleans from double dipping heading into the second half. But 2 seconds, I mean, what will happen here? Okay, well, that's not exactly a lot of time here, but maybe they can get a playoff if they're lucky. And they are going to rush 2, so unfortunately they will not have a lot of time. And that will be the end of the first half with Miami in the lead. A very good move there from Miami to keep the double rush. And so far, things have been looking really good for Miami at the moment. Sorry about that. Either way, though, Leilu, sorry about that, chat. Sorry I couldn't commentate that. I was a little bit busy. Rooting for New Orleans? I mean, it's whatever. I'm impartial, so I don't really care which team wins. I am on no team, so I do not care what which either team wins. But hey, maybe you do, and that's fine with me. But either way, IG Quan Swan is going to get the LS pass, and he's got room to run. Way too much room, but he is going to only get tackled for about 29 yards. I mean, so far, things have been looking really good for Miami so far. Able to find some momentum here with a key turnover. And now let's see if they can capitalize on it. They're going to give it to Envy Lux on the right fold. And going to get tackled good enough for a first down. And now this is where things get a little bit tricky. This is where defense is a bit easier in these kind of situations, but we will see if Miami can get the job done. And it will, and they will, thanks to IG Quantuan up the middle. And just like that, Miami has extended their lead by 8 points. And they can hopefully make it 9 if they're able to hit this extra point. But unfortunately, they do not, and it will still be technically a one-scoring game. So I would not rest easy if I was Miami, since 2-point conversions will be legal in the fourth quarter. But maybe if Miami can get a stop, anything can happen. But either way, Chucky gonna get about 14 yards. Not enough for a first down. Only inches away. And now Will is going to find artificial drag on the LS and is going to find a 12-yard gain there. And now, here we go. I mean, New Orleans is starting to roll. Here we go. What are they going to find? And they're going to try to find a left fold here. Unfortunately, just a tad bit too much to the left. And that will be incomplete. And now Wills. And now Will. On 2nd and 15, it's going to be backed up quite a bit here. Not much where to pass it to. Really lucky, does end up getting the catch, but couldn't quite reel it in, and that will be a 3rd and 15. If I was New Orleans right now, I definitely would want a at least a short pass, maybe so they can go for it, maybe fourth down. But unfortunately, he goes deep, and NV Lux makes New Orleans pay, and that's going to be an interception from Miami to extend their lead even further. So far, this game has been pretty close, but it looks like Miami, who's best team in this league? It's either New England or Arizona. It's honestly, you could bet your money on either one, but again, anything can happen, man. We've seen number 1 seeds get taken out last season, so anything is possible, you know. Not just who has a better seed. Because at the end of the day, it only matters what happens in playoffs. But either way, FWKB. Going to be winning there. You're going to be winning on... Sorry. I was going to say something and then I forgot it. But either way, Leluc going to give it to the left fold. And DPT Grim going to easily take it in on the left fold between the hashes. And just like that, Miami is in the driver's seat at the moment. In convincing fashion so far this half. I mean, if New Orleans needs to find a way to recover here, I mean, it definitely doesn't help that they're in an 8v7 at the moment. I would walk on, but I don't want to. I'm just kidding. I'm not walking on. I never would. But either way, Will trying to find some space here with anyone, and unfortunately, just going to be overthrown on the right fold. The shorts are definitely not making it easy to find a good pass there. It looks like it's going to be an LS to Chucky. Not going to get crazy far, but will be a 3rd and manageable. And it looks like there's a bit of a miscommunication because it looked like Chucky and Artificial on the right side cloned each other. And it looks like he's going to try to take a shot down the field. Are they going to get it though? No, they are not. And Envy going to once again make Will pay for being a bit too greedy. Yeah, that was a very greedy pass from New Orleans. I mean, I would get it. I mean, I get it if it's like near the end of the game with not much time left, but you can't hit those at this stage of the game. But CFJ is going to get the LS pass on the left side. Going to find a bit of room for about 9 yards. I was like trying to think for a moment. But either way, CFJ is going to try to find something here, and CFJ going to get another touchdown for Miami. And so far, this has been a completely dominant game from Miami so far. New Orleans is slowly starting to fall apart at the seams. Oh, and it looks like this could be forfeit territory for New Orleans. Morale is getting lower and lower for New Orleans. This looks like it is forfeit territory. Oh wait, now they have 6. I don't really know why. But either way, going to try to find the... Wait, FWKB, where did he come from? Wait, hold on, hey. Hey, no team sabotage. Yeah, that's forfeit. Oh, to answer your question, Armney Strider, I didn't notice your chat. I have streamed to other games, but other Roblox games, but that's more of just I used to. I don't really stream for them anymore. I mean, 99% of it is just me streaming this league specifically so far. That is crazy way for a game to end. Yeah, it just really went downhill for New Orleans. Like they'd kind of just lost. They kind of just didn't keep their eye on the ball long enough, and they unfortunately fell out. But yeah, Dolphins went fins up, and New Orleans fell out. But either way, I mean, that's a crazy way for a game to end. But that's all I can really say about it. I mean, it was a game for a moment, and then it just kind of fell apart. But either way, thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys later. There's not much to really say about it, you know? But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see ya.